welcome back to my channel. Today I just felt like sitting down and creating a not your average fall look. So this is not going to be something that I would wear out. I just feel like dabbling in some makeup. So I already have my eyelids primed with my Milani eye primer. And first I'm going to go into my Orange You Glad palette by ColourPop. And I'm going to take a large fluffy brush and dip into the shade Zested. And I'm going to run that all in my crease. I don't really have a specific plan or direction. I'm just kind of winging it as I go. Okay, now I'm going to take my So Jaded palette and I'm going to dip into Citrine. And I'm going to place this right below the Zested color, focusing it more into my crease rather than buffing it out as far as the previous shade. And I'm kind of taking it out a little bit, ever so slightly. I'm going to take the extra on my brush and kind of pat it down onto my outer corner. I'm going to go back into my Orange You Glad palette and I'm going to take the shade Rise and Grind on an angled blending brush. And I'm going to place this right on my outer corner and into my crease and on my lid. And I'm bringing this about halfway. I'm not being too awful careful about having a really nice sharp line there or shape because I'm going to go back and clean it up with concealer later. I'm going to lightly buff it all together. I am going to go back into my Kathleen Lights palette. I'm going to dip into the shade Carnelian here. And I'm going to place this not on this outer V, but more so on my lid because I want to put a darker color out there. I'm just placing it right now because I want to wait to blend it until I put that darker shade on. Okay, now I'm going to take a little precision blending brush and from the So Jaded palette, I'm going to dip into the shade Garnet and I'm going to put this on the very outer corner just to deepen this up even further. I'm going to go back into that first fluffy brush that I had used for the crease colors and I'm going to tap all of this and blend it all together. And I very gingerly tapped the very tippy top of this brush here. And I'm going to very carefully put a little bit right there while I'm blending just to make it a little bit more seamless. Now what I'm going to do is not really a super big cut crease, more like very soft. So I got some concealer on a brush here and I'm just going to kind of very lightly put some right here. I'm taking my finger to blend it just so it's even softer because I don't want it to be just a really harsh line. I want it to be very soft. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mix two shades from both palettes. I'm going to take Ruby and Squeeze Me and I'm going to mix those two together to get a more orangey red. And I'm going to put this right on top of that concealer. Okay, I'm going to wipe off my finger and I think I'm going to take a brush and go into Squeeze Me a little bit more and layer that on just to make it a little bit more orange. And then I'm going to take this angled brush and go back into Carnelian from the So Jaded palette. I'm going to tap on the edge so I don't have a harsh line. Got that done. I'm going to move on to my complexion now. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this. This is a Larizzi Cosmetics Dew Pot. This is the shade Fine. And I'm going to just warm some up in my finger, and about that much. And I'm going to put it on all the high points of my face. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to clean up this line here, so I'm going to do that real quick. Just going to grab a makeup wipe and swoopity doopity And then I'm going to take my Poreless Putty Primer by e.l.f. and I'm going to put this along my T-zone because I want like a really nice, flawless base. I am going to take my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation today. It has been a while since I've used this. They expanded their shades on these. They added like fair and I think like deep dark or something like that. And I need to pick up the fair shade because this is a little bit too dark for me for winter. But I make it work. It's okay. That guy right there, I can tell already he's not want to get covered up. But we will try. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of foundation to my finger and I'm going to try to layer it up right there. I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is the brightening shade and my little sponge popped off. So what I have been doing is getting it on my finger and then dabbing it on like so, and then I blend it out. The shapes of my tails are a little bit different, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to layer a concealer on top of that because it can be a little bit too pink for me, the brightening shade can. So I'm going to take my Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, and this is the shade 100. And I'm just going to put a little dibble dabble right there and use the sponge to blend it in. I'm just going to use my finger and make the edge of this side softer to match this side. Now I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer. I'm not going to do a lot of bronzer because I want to look more like, you'll see. I can't explain it, but I'll show you. So I'm going to take, this is the Revolution Triple Baked Bronzer in the shade Summer of Love. And I'm going to take it on this ColourPop F13 brush. I love this brush. This is the best brush. And I'm going to very gently like tap it just on the outsides of my face and a little tiny bit down my neck because you know what? I'm feeling wild and I'm going to set my under eye. I'm going to use this L'Oreal Hydra Perfect powder. Oh my gosh, there's a hair in my eye. I'm going to take this SL Miss Glam SG62 brush and I am not going to set this hardly at all. Like, there's hardly no powder on this brush, but I did a little bit. It's still a little bit tacky, but it set it kind of. That's as adventurous as I'm feeling today with that. So, lower lash line now. From tiny brush. I'm going to go back into the shade Zested from the Orange You Glad palette. And I'm going to run this all the way across. Now, I'm going to go into a Rise and Grind. Put this like 3/4 of the way. And I'm making sure to connect it up into the shadows on my outer corner. Now for down here, I'm going to mix Carnelian and Garnet from the Kathleen Lights palette. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner of the lower lash line, making sure to connect these two out here. So now for my cheeks. You know what? I'm going to do my brows real quick. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This is the shade Neutral Brown, I think. And I'm just going to comb through them real quick. I don't really know what kind of brows I want. I'm just kind of, as with on theme with the rest of this video, guessing. I'm guessing the whole way. I better stop touching and messing with them or they're going to get crazy. So they might not match, but you know what? They never do. So, okay, now onto my cheeks. So what I'm thinking is kind of doing like orange, you know? So I'm going to go into the So Jaded palette and I'm going to get this shade right here. It's called You're a Gem. And I'm going to take my Chic blush brush. This is a really nice fluffy brush. It doesn't pick up too much color, which is perfect because I'm wanting to start out really light. And I'm bringing this all the way across my cheeks and around my nose. What are your guys' favorite holidays? Me personally, I know it might sound overrated, but I don't care. My favorite holiday is Christmas. I will always love Christmas. It is my absolute favorite. I drive my husband crazy listening to Christmas music because it is just the best. I love everything about Christmas. Decorating trees, Christmas shopping. I love going present shopping. I love getting gifts for people. It's my favorite. Okay, I'm bringing this color all the way up, and once I have like hardly nothing left on my brush, I'm connecting where I stopped here and here on my temples across my forehead. Yeah. And then I'm going to get a smidge and put it on my chin. I'm going to take a little more tapered brush. This is a BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. It's more tapered because I want to be more precise. It is a little bit more dense, so I'm going to have to be a smidgen more careful. And I'm going to pop into Rise and Grind, but I'm going to mute it down a little bit with Ya Peel Me right here, I think. I'm just going to initially place that down, and then I'm going to go back into this brush and really buff it all together. And again, once I have hardly any product left on this BH Cosmetics brush, I'm going to bring it up all across my forehead. Okay, I'm going to go into Carnelian from the So Jaded palette onto this fluffier brush. And I'm going to focus this more on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to blend it back. Then again, taking the leftovers. Ooh, does it look like I not have anything here? Because in person, it has all even right here. But when I'm looking in the little monitor, it doesn't look like there's anything here, but there is. So I'm just doing some extra blending. I'm going to go into Rise and Grind from my orange palette and put this on my ears, because why not? And then I'm going to like literally just tap once into Garnet and layer that on the very, very centers, because, you know, it's fall, it's cold. I'm going to take the shade Electra. This is a baked highlighter by Luna. And I'm going to pop this and kind of bring it down onto the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to put it right here on the bridge of my nose and on the tip of my nose. And then I'm going to take a little precision brush and I'm going to dip into that highlighter and I'm going to use it to highlight my brow bone and my chin. Then I'm going to take the leftovers and kind of sweep it over my eyebrows and onto my forehead just a smidge. I'm going to take my brush that I was using for bronzer and kind of like pat out the edge of that oranginess right here, because I want it to be just a smidgen more diffused. And you know what? I'm going to highlight my ears too. We put orange on there. Let's highlight them. Cute. Cute. I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go into Clementine from the Orange You Glad palette. And I'm going to kind of give myself glitter freckles. So I'm just going to kind of above some little glitter freckles away. Okay, now I want to give myself like actual little brown freckles. Oh my gosh, why can't I say it? So I'm going to take the e.l.f. brow pencil that I was using, and I'm just going to intensify my natural freckles even more than they already are. I honestly don't know what to call this look, so if you guys have any suggestions on what this is, you know, feel free to name it. I'm going to use my Pretty Fresh spray, and I'm going to spray a brush, and I'm actually going to mix my highlighter with the shade Sunstone right there from the So Jaded palette, and I'm going to pop that right in there. I'm going to drag the highlight down on my lower lash line And then I'm gonna put it right in this little creasy area. Not really a crease, but right around the edge of my eye socket, kinda, you know. If you watch Ali Glines, I got this trick from her, and I really like it, so I'm gonna do it. Except for, I think I'm gonna use the shade Pearl, because it's not as bright as I want it to be. Now, I am going to spray my face. I'm going to use this L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist. Yeah. I am going to layer my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Spray on top of that. Do you know what would have been super cool is if I had like a cute little like leafy headpiece. But you know what? I did not think that far ahead. I'm going to put some lip balm on, but the only one I have is this Neutrogena one, and it is tinted, but now I'm putting on some brow gel. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow, and it's in the same shade as the pencil I used. I think it's called Neutral Brown. I honestly cannot remember, but I'm like 80% positive that's what it's called. Trying to get them real fluffy. Okay, I am going to put some mascara on and I'll be right back. Okay, my mascara is done. I used Maybelline Snapscara in the shade Black Cherry. You know, this look would really benefit from falsies, but again, didn't think that far ahead, and I normally don't wear falsies, so I don't have any. Okay, on to lips. I'm going to use this lip liner. This is a Makeup Forever lip liner, and it's the shade 8C, I think. I don't know. It's really tiny because it's almost gone. I'm just going to line my lips. Okay, got that all done. And now I'm going to take this ColourPop lipstick. This is the shade 7 Springs. It's this really beautiful orangey color. And it was in their spring collection with the Sweet Talk palette. And I do not know if they still sell it. I really hope they do because it is beautiful. I love it. I'm just going to pop this on. Sorry, I can't talk and do lips at the same time. So, I'll be right back. I'm just using my finger to blend the lip liner and the lipstick together. And I think I might go back into the lip liner and just kind of clean up and kind of deepen up the corners of my mouth. Lips, not mouth. Alright, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!